I teach people how to have an SPV. SPV stands for Special Purpose Vehicle. What is a special purpose vehicle? In the business world, special purpose vehicle is a dedicated entity that is used for the sole purpose to be able to isolate your financial risk. Let me say that again. A SPV, Special Purpose Vehicle, is a dedicated entity used solely for the purpose to isolate your financial risk. Now, we've already established that in 90% of traditional business, your risk factor you have a 90% risk factor of failure. Let me say that again. In traditional business, meaning I wake up and I'm passionate about knitting sweaters. So you have a 90% chance of failure. That's not Will Roundtree's stats. That is the stats. That's why the bank won't give you no money, because they know that. You get no tax breaks. If the business is failing, you can't borrow against it. If the business fails, your only way out of it is bankruptcy, and it won't get you back to ground zero when your credit is ruined. What I do is I help people create SPVs, which is special purpose vehicles, which is a dedicated entity for the sole purpose to isolate your financial risk. So how does this SPV and real estate co-mingle and coexist? And here's how. And I'll be very quick with this. How it all ties into play. Essentially, I show people how to set up dedicated entities to invest in real estate that gives you a 90% success rate. That's not my numbers, but the real estate industry, when done the right way, has a 90% success rate, and I have 100% of an audience. Again, I only play percentages. I am not biased. I don't have an emotional attachment to any business, but I play percentages, okay? So we're gonna take that SPV to go out there and buy cash flowing properties, meaning properties that from month 1 to month 3, I'm immediately making cash flow. I don't have to have a marketing budget. I don't have to be good at sales. I don't even have to know how to swing a hammer. I don't have to know anything about real estate except 1 + 1 is 2. Meaning, if the mortgage is $1,000, I just have to be able to get $1,500 a month. And I've even calculated it down to the penny on how much it costs for you to get into the real estate game and how to make money in it and for it to cash flow. So now I've eliminated all of the potential risk of you succeeding in real estate. I put that in the formula. See, the reason we play this, the reason most people get into business is because business is an economics game. And when you look up the textbook definition of economics, essentially, and I'll give it to you in layman's terms, it is the knowledge of understanding wealth. That's all economics is, the knowledge of understanding wealth. And the only way you can hold wealth is through assets. That's the only way. So again, if we're tying, all I'm doing is trying to connect the dots for you all here today, because we all use these words, economics, wealth, and asset, all of this stuff, okay? But we're not playing the game that coincides in the terminology that we've all been using. We're not even close to the game. We out there juggling bowling pins. Yeah, can you make money juggling bowling pins? Absolutely. Matter of fact, if I could juggle, if you want to make some money and you can juggle bowling pins, come to Las Vegas. You will make some money, because in the game of real estate, I can liquidate and break even, if not make a profit. Secondly, in business, if your business is failing and if your business doesn't make money, you can't borrow against that business. But in real estate, you cannot have a renter and still borrow against that property. Why would I not play the game that has the greatest odds of winning? See, if your business is failing, you can't borrow no money. 9 times out of 10, if your business is failing, you got bad credit. But in real estate, that property could not be making money and I can still borrow against it. Why? Because it's a hard asset. So I'm going to play the game that has the greatest odds of winning by setting up my SPV, my special purpose vehicle, because real estate is the only game that allows you to mitigate your risk, even if you have a business. So let's say you have a business that's not making money. Let's say you have a failing business, okay? How do you hedge that? You set up an SPV. So whether you have a barber shop, whether you have a Toro business, whether you are doing Airbnb arbitrage, like none of those things can give you predictable cash flow. But in real estate, when you understand the metrics, because I even give you the metrics, I have it calculated to the penny, what you have to stay within for every single deal to cash flow. If you can understand 1 + 1 is 2, if you can understand 5th grade math, you will always win in real estate. So now, if your business is failing and we go and set you up an SPV to go and stabilize the cash flow, now if your business needs to borrow money, you can borrow against the property, inject that cash into your business, even with less than perfect credit, and then the tenants from the property will even service the debt. You are not out there breaking your back, fighting with your spouse because you 10 months behind on bills. The SPV with your real estate portfolio helps to stabilize your actual traditional business. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you get rich in North America. You have to understand the basic economics that real estate is a business. But here's the bad part. Let me give you all the bad part. But because we have not been taught the basic skill set of business, when we look at real estate, we run away. So let me ask you all a question. If you were to ask and poll 10 people, if you were to ask 10 people, would you rather start a business or start a real estate business? Most people will say they would rather start a business. Business has a 90% failure rate, and real estate has a 90% success rate when done the right way. Why would we not play the game that has the greatest odds of winning? Why? Because the business world has been so glamorized that we think that just owning the business is the bar. The bar of success is so low, we applaud people for just setting up an LLC. But see, in the game of cash flow, you have to actually create the cash flow in order to win. And that is what I teach people. That is what I teach people. So why not play the game that has the greatest odds of winning?